A building collapses in Durban, schools become an area of violence and crime, and death toll in Eastern Cape floods increases. Eskom and City Power have reached a 3.2 billion rand settlement deal aimed at addressing Johannesburg's long-standing electricity supply and billing issues. For years, residents have struggled with incorrect billing and unreliable services, while the city's revenue collection remains insufficient. Electricity Minister Kgosientsho Ramokgopa announced that City Power will pay the 3.2 billion over 4 years, excluding winter months. He provided the updates on Tuesday during a briefing on the disputes between the two power utilities.
City Power, they will pay the 3.2 billion rands over a period of 4 years. So it's important that there's an appreciation that this is a big ticket of 3.2 billion rands. Of course, that amount has been in dispute, and City Power, I want to emphasize, and City of Johannesburg have done everything possible to maintain paying the current account. Despite all these difficulties, of course, there will be challenges from 1 month to the other. They will be paying it outside the winter period. Remember, I did say is the nature of the configuration of our tariffs, so that we are able to provide that relief. We've been able to write off that 830 million, and that comes as a result of first, they don't have to pay an interest.
A building collapse at Springfield Park in Durban has left one person dead and multiple construction workers injured. Emergency services responded swiftly after a section of the structure gave away. Authorities launched investigations into the cause of the incident.
Unfortunately, one person has been confirmed deceased. Apparently the workers, there was a total of 5 of them, who were working approximately 6 meters up, and the scaffolding or something gave way. One person has been confirmed deceased, one person is critically injured, and 3 others have sustained serious injuries.
Minister of Basic Education has raised concerns over the state of schools, which have now become sites of fear, trauma and violence. To date, over 200 schools in Gauteng have been found to be high risks. Police Minister Senzo Mchunu has expressed concern as well, saying that guns and drugs have no place in school grounds. He was speaking at the launch of the Safe Schools project alongside the Minister of Basic Education. Mchunu called on parents to support the initiative by being more involved in their children's lives and helping keep schools safe.
Our schools should be places of safety, of learning, and too often they are places of fear and trauma. And recent data from SAPS has revealed some shocking statistics. During the 2023-2024 financial year, there were 28 murders within our basic education institutions. Shockingly, near half occurred in KwaZulu-Natal, and 46% of these murders were involved, those involved learner-on-learner violence. 2/3 of rapes in our schools also involved learner-on-learner violence. And more than 11,000 burglaries took place during that financial year, and some ranging from the theft of critical teaching material to even things like basic food items from our school nutrition program. So it just shows you that the range of the kind of crimes we're seeing in our schools, from petty theft, but also to far more egregious crimes. And so this is really for us the key importance of dealing and working with SAPS very closely, because we are able to tap into the credible crime statistics that they have, which which essentially they collect and they present to the country on a quarterly basis. And tapping into those crime statistics allows us to have a far more evidence-based approach to dealing with crime in our schools, and not just simply dealing it in a very blanket approach. While these numbers are high, they do represent a decrease from previous years. And so this is through the actions of hard-working colleagues at DBE and SAPS, and we have witnessed a downward trend in incidents of violence. However, our view is that even one violent incident is one too many.
Death toll for the devastating floods in the Eastern Cape has risen to 101. Rescue teams recovered another body in Joslovo Township in Mthatha, believed to be that of a 5-year-old boy. Search and rescue operations are still ongoing in affected areas. Mthatha and surrounding areas are reeling from the loss of the lives in the recent floods. Jumba Senior Secondary School in Thabase area lost 10 pupils and 2 staff members.
I cannot say we are coping, but we are trying to cope. because it was a tragedy. To lose 10 learners, it's not an easy thing. That day, that is the day that we'll never forget. It was a very bad day, knowing that your learners are there in that bus, and we were there as educators of Durban High School. And it was even difficult when we see those learners that were rescued, the 3 ones that were on the tree, and that we could not help them, and we were just standing there trying to make them to be sure that to get that hope that there's that thing that somebody will come and rescue you. It was very, very, very difficult, and to be there in that river looking for the other ones, those 10 learners, it was very difficult for us.